and we'll get started in constructive rest. And so we'll just do kind of like a feel-good class today with massage for the upper back, some inversions, and leg stretches.
Got it. I'm just adjusting my
sound. So
heck is it?
for today's class, you're going to need a strap, which is a little bit of a departure. Grab a belt, tie, that approximates a yoga strap. And then you'll also need our regular props, the yoga balls, the block, and a few blankets. So we're going to get started in constructive rest. And once you land there, begin to shift into feeling your body on the floor and noticing the sit bones or the sacrum and just how your sacrum is contacting the floor here. Notice the contact of the upper body as well, the back of the ribs, the shoulders. And then connecting the upper back all the way down into the sacrum. Sensing the full extent of your spine, your back body on the earth. Then watch for the natural arrival of your inhale. Watch for the natural departure of your exhale. Just noticing the depth and the frequency of breathing right now. Broaden your landscape so that you can sense the peripheral body as well as the trunk. Feeling the legs, feet, arms. Noticing the center of the head, the body as a whole. What is present in this layer of your human system right now? What is the quality of your mind like? Quality of your emotional being as well. Like to connect with through your practice, what brought quality of peace and calmness, ease. Once you've connected or located that intention, you can frame it as a complete sentence. For example, I'm calm, rested. Or you can also just repeat that quality internally 3 times. we will start with a self massage, and you can grab the two balls and take them out of the tote. We're going to work on the upper back, all the way from the upper traps down into that middle part around the bra strap. So first location, we'll start with the upper trap. So you want to put it, right where the shoulder straps of a tank top would be, or a bra. And then since you're lying down, you have to obviously roll it down your back so that you are body weight on it. If you're on the floor doing this and it feels like it's too intense, you're welcome to do the whole sequence at the wall. So that's how you modify for your body. So first position is, so right not next to the neck, but on that strap, shoulder strap. And we're going to start by overly contracting these muscles just to help awaken the brain to release it perhaps a little bit more. So when you're ready, you can hike your shoulders up towards your ears and maybe tense the hands, make a fist, tense everything in the upper body. And then when you exhale, dropping the arms, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And then do that a couple more times. You can inhale, tense, and hike up everything. And then exhale. One more time, contracting, pulling those shoulders up. And then dropping it down. From here, invite little movements by tilting from your sacrum. So as you inhale, you can arch your lower back more and maybe letting your head drop back. As you exhale, you can tuck your tail under. So you're trying to create a little bit of a rocking motion on the ball, or a rolling motion, by starting from your pelvis. Another way to do that is just to push into your feet and maybe lift your hips up and create the movement this way instead. So your choice, from a pelvic rock or from a push and push and agitate from the feet. And then you can add in lifting the arms and just stretching the arms back in any comfortable amount. It might be, pretty intense, so you can adjust the height. And then start to wiggle and reach your right arm and turn over to the left. Reach your left arm and side bend to the other side, and just explore that. And as you can see, I have to adjust the balls because they'll want to pop out. And adjusting the balls to stay in that upper track. Then you can make more of a circular movement with the arms. I like to call it the pulling a sweater over the head move. And you can switch the arm that is on top. If you want more pressure as you're doing this, you can grab your block and you can lift your hip up on the block, and that's gonna add in more body weight. And then last piece here, if you're up for it, you can lift your hips, and as you reach your left arm over to the right, you can side bend over to that right side, and then pull your bum back towards your heel and reset yourself. Lift your hips up reach your right arm over to the left side bend. So letting that right ball roll down a little more and then reset and let that ball roll back up. So adding in a little bit of a reach and side bend and lift of the hip to encourage greater movement in that ball. And if that's too much pressure, you can, maybe do it more gently with the hips down. Okay. And then take the balls and move them in towards the spine so that they are at the base of, below the base of your neck, in your upper back, and they touch each other. Okay, so they're right in your upper back, right at the end of C7, or the bottom of C7. And land here in this new place in your upper back. Take a few breaths here and see what you can feel about your breath expanding through those top of your rib cage there. And then you can lift the left arm and turn your head away from that arm. And then you can scissor switch, lifting your right arm, turning your head away. Explore. Lifting the arms up and rotating the head. And you might be able to get one arm lower than the other. So I'm noticing a little spot here on that right side. Then you can lift both arms and cradle the head with your hands. Breathe into here. Maybe with every exhale, allowing your upper back to rest more into the balls. And then you can go gentle first, maybe leaning a little bit to one side, leaning over to the other. Also lift the pelvis to deepen that stretch through that ligament in your spine. There's like a long ligament that runs all the way, deepening that C curve. And then again, you can lower back down, and you can roll up and down, either with your pelvis down and doing that pelvic tilt thing again. So that might be enough for some of us. And then for some of us who want more, you could roll by supporting your head again and just pressing down into your feet and rolling up and down in this spot. And eventually we're going to move up on the balls and let the balls roll down that upper back. So now you're maybe another inch or so, and you're near basically by the top of the shoulders, but you're not touching probably the shoulder blades. And you can open your arms out into a T shape. Maybe be in the tased position and breathe first. And then you can explore sliding that arm up like you're doing a snow angel, and gliding the arms down. And wherever it's intense, you can mitigate some of that pressure, maybe by bending the elbow. So finding the movement that's appropriate for you. So right here, it's pretty intense for me. So I might even bend my elbow. So finding a movement that works. Maybe having the elbows closer in and bending it. And then another movement that you can do is just doing that pelvic tilt again. I'm adding in cactus arms as I'm doing that. Good. You can also get creative, reach the side bend, wiggle, so that there's a little more movement in the balls. And then continue your journey up and let the balls roll down. So now they are down another inch, and it feels like they're popping the floating ribs up. You can stay here and again open the arms out. You can play around with the arm position. They're going to exert different loads into that ball. So find the amount of load that works for your body. Here you can windshield wipe knees as well. And it's basically gonna bias one side versus the other. And then you can hug yourself and side bend or turn to one side or the other, or wiggle side bend. Last move, if you're up for more pressure, is you can actually roll up with the balls here supporting your head, and you can come down. You can choose to just be in stillness and breathe. Inhaling as you expand the ribs and come down. Exhaling as you curl up. Maybe just 3 times like that. I'm choosing to do it in just stillness with the breath. Then you can roll off of those balls and you can pull them out. Just let your upper back relax back into the mat. Sense how your back body touches the floor now, especially from the shoulders, the top of the shoulders down to the bottom of the rib cage. From here, grab one of your blocks, grab your belt, and we'll elevate the pelvis on the block. So we're going to get a longer inversion in these leg stretches so that it helps to slow down the heart rate as well as we stay. You can also omit the block and do the leg stretches just with full. From here, we're stepping right foot into the belt, and your belt can either cross the ball of your foot if you want to accentuate stretching your calves. It can cross the inner arch, and that's going to shift the stretch more into the hamstrings. You can see which position. And then we're going to lengthen optionally left leg, or can stay bent. So coming into leg stretch 1 position and just feeling into the back of this leg. Then you can add in moving dynamically. Bend and extend through this knee. Bring this leg up. back to your breath and intend for your inhale to migrate down into your belly, down into your sacrum. Control that exhale by slowing it down. More breaths here in position 1. And then start to turn your leg out, turn your leg in from your hip. How that changes the sensations in the back of the leg. And then next time when the leg is turned out, round down into the other heel more. Inhale and open the right leg out without tilting your sacrum over. And then exhale, pull it back. Explore like that, inhaling and exhaling back. Time when you open out, bend the knee and move into kind of like an upside down lunge position. You can grab the top of the strap, you can grab a hold of the foot. And so we're staying here kind of in a half V. As we stay here, we'll add in a 2-part inhale. So you can inhale halfway full, pause for a couple of seconds, and then inhale all the way full. Pause for a couple of seconds, then exhale slowly so that your exhale is as long as all the 4 parts of your inhale. That one more time with 2-part, or actually technically 4-part inhalation. Migrate your right leg back to the starting position. Bend your knee and hug your knee in. Take some free breaths here and relax all the work through that left leg. Slowly lower down this right foot. You can be in stillness first to compare sides, sensing the differences between your right and your left side. We'll switch sides so you can step left foot on your block, your choice of where you put the strap. Take the stretch statically first, and just feel. And then add in a dynamic movement by bending and extending that leg. You can choose to inhale up and exhale, bend that knee. Holding the leg stretch one position, might lean in that leg more, and find your directional breath, just intending for your inhale to move down into your belly, into your pelvis. A couple more of those full diaphragmatic breaths, allowing your diaphragm to descend fully downward on that inhale. Then extend the leg and find your external and internal rotation through this phase. So don't focus on the ankle, just let the ankle go along for the ride, and just focus on moving from the thigh, turning the thigh out, turning the thigh. Next time when your thigh is out, keep a little more work through the bottom leg so that when you open out, you don't fall over. So ground that heel, ground the upper thigh down on the right, open up and come back. And when you open out, again, bend the knee and migrate the hold higher onto the strap or onto the foot itself. So you're in a half happy baby, or you could also call it an upside down lunge position. Four-part inhale now. Inhale halfway, pause, inhale the other half, pause, and then exhale really slowly so that your exhalation encompasses the, the full length of your inhale. Try that for about 5 rounds. Feel more of your body being able to descend into the floor, into the block on your exhale. And then whenever you finish the round that you're on, you can extend that leg back to center And then you can bend the knee and hug in. Relax the stability work on the bottom leg and just let it be passive. Let all the bones just kind of sink into the joints and just take some natural breaths here. Ready, you can come back with both feet down, both knees bent. Take a pause in the supported bridge. Feel your heart space, feel your breath space here. Watch yourself breathe for 3 more rounds in this inversion. Down to lift your hips up and lower your back down. Take a pause and just let your back levelize on the floor. Roll on over to the side and come into, we'll switch our orientation to gravity. So you're going to grab a couple of blankets and fold it the long way. And it's a prone position. I like to invoke the image of a leopard sleeping on a branch, after it's had a big lunch and it's pretty hot out, so it's not motivated to do anything else. So it's just lying belly down on a branch, and all the legs are just limp and hanging off. So find your prone position here, and you can support your forehead. You can shift the hips around a little bit to just encourage greater ease. And we'll actually get some movement to the lower body. So you can curl the toes under. Just start to wag your heels side to side. And allow that rocking motion to sway basically your sacrum. Allow it to sway your spine. Taking some sighs through the mouth. And you feel that movement now radiate up into your AO joint, that junction between your skull and your neck. Allow the head to turn. Then make smaller and smaller rocking movements from your feet. They become so small that eventually your feet arrive back into stillness, and you can release the toenails down and come into rest. Stay in this open, curious place and sense the way that your breath naturally moves through your back body. And you sense how your inhalation flows from the ribs all the way down into your sacrum and your hips. Exhale, can you get a sense of receptivity, of ease, of your body being able to recognize support, to soften into it more and more. You could choose to stay with the breath like this. If you want to add in a two-part exhale, keep watching your natural breath and follow the exhale into its full completion. And then at the end of that natural exhale, blow a little bit more of the dead volume out through your nose by just quickly pulling the belly in. And then relax the belly and watch your body inhale, watch your body exhale. And your only control is nudging a little bit more of the stale air out of your lungs. Once you get into rhythm with this nudge of the exhale, notice what happens to your following breath as the exhale deepens. So a lot of the yoga practices are really an extractive but deductive or subtractive process. Help us to arrive into greater homeostasis or balance by actually doing less. And what this two-part exhale practice really encapsulates that philosophy with yoga. When you can deepen your exhale, you might notice that shift into the nervous system, into greater ease. Still taking that two-part exhale, go ahead and release the effort and just receive your natural breath now as it is. Receive the body as it is here in this proning position. really your choice. You can choose to stay here for the final position if you're just getting into the groove and you feel like you want to sustain stillness. Just be your last pose. Or if you would like to transition the resting pose that I suggesting is a variation of Shavasana that has a little bit more support for the curves of the spine. Come into supine or on the back position with support for a heart opener, knees, and the curve of the neck. So it's called mountain brook pose. And if you're choosing to come into it, you would need 3 blankets or 2 blankets and 2 blocks. So the first blanket, choose your smallest one for your neck support. To use rolling it up, just big enough to support the curvature of your neck. The rest of the blanket can be supporting the back of your head. And set it up at the top of your mat. Your second blanket can be in this fold. It can support a heart opener or a stretch through the front of the chest. For the biggest stretch, you can go horizontally across your body. Your heart would be here, your shoulders would be off the top of your shoulders. If you know that your back is a little bit more sensitive today, you can choose to turn it this way so that your low back is on the same level as your upper back, middle back, and it won't be as big of a stretch. It might be more gentle. You can even open up the blanket out for an even more gentle heart opener. So just gently stretch here. So your choice. And then we also want support for the crook of the knees. So you can use your 2 blocks like this. Or if you want to be like Goldilocks and be extra comfortable, I actually like setting the roll, another roll on top of the blocks so that it's softer. Requires a little trial and error to get everything to line up for your body. So I'm going to do it at this setting. And then obviously if you have any extra supports like eye pillow, an extra blanket for on top of the body for that soothing effect of compression, you can add that as well. You want to adjust yourself a little bit shorter. So pull that block in. I'm going to have the top of the shoulders down as much as possible. And then the sweet spot with the neck is once you have that curve underneath your neck, you can actually traction it by grabbing the rest of your blanket, maybe out to the side, and pulling so that it pulls a little bit longer. Then you come back into simply observing how your body feels here. that natural ebb and flow of your breath. You sense that natural directional breath flowing down into your belly, into your pelvis, into your hips. Access that by feeling your feet and imagining your subtle breath expands into the soles of your feet. As you sense and feel your legs and your feet with that subtle breath, notice what happens with the actual physical movement of the breath. Feel as well the natural lateral breath, that quality of your inhale expanding sideways through your ribs. And perhaps imagining that lateral movement expressing itself subtly all the way into the palms. Quality of inhale expanding the hands, and on the exhale resting into the back of the heart and feeling the support that you have in the back. Allowing your eyes to disengage any focusing. Let yourself breathe here for 3 more rounds. Light movement whenever you're ready. Smooth. Are in your seat. Back and feeling all the dynamic aspects of you again: body, breath, thought, emotions. Notice how these movable aspects are now, their tones and qualities, and reconnect with your intention. That feeling of peace or calmness or ease that you wanted to remind yourself of. Live in you right now. Where can you sense that quality, and how can you resonate with it more and more? Subtle aspect of who you are, turning your attention towards the source of your experiencing, and notice the quality of awareness, presence. You sense how this beneficial quality, peace, is together at the heart. You can take a full breath to the heart center, and we'll bow the head to the heart. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.